Oh, let me tell you something. Busting makes me feel good.
Why is that a higher frequency?
I don't know why yours. Oh, my mic is on.
No.
Or my headphones are.
Your headphones. Wait, yeah.
Well, no, now.
There you go.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm a man.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Blockbusting, the podcast where we love to hate the movies. I'm your host, Jay Light. Joining me today, the wonderful Luke Schwartz.
Shalom.
Shalom, Luke.
Hello.
I
meant that as goodbye, so I'll see you later.
Oh, thanks for tuning in, everybody. This has been Blockbusting. Go see
Follow
something.
me.
Luke, you hate Roma.
I do hate Roma.
What's your beef with Roma, dude?
Roma was boring, first of all. Bored. From shot one, where the floor is getting cleaned for too long, to
The opening credits?
yeah, it's just this movie is so full of itself. And I know it's important art and it's great and everyone there I looked for stuff, there wasn't like one bad review I could find.
Yeah, I think this is probably one of the most critically acclaimed movies of the whole year.
It's so critically acclaimed.
Did Armand White write a movie review of this? You know about Armand White, right? You heard of this man?
No.
So Armand White is a guy who writes movie reviews for, I believe, the National Review. And he hates everything that everybody loves, and everything that people hate, he loves.
So he's a contrarian or not?
Oh, he's big boy contrarian.
Well, I don't think that's a...
He hated Roma.
Oh, cool.
So
That's not good, though, for me, right?
No, it's definitely not good
Wait,
for
National
you.
Review is like a...
The conservative magazine.
Yeah.
So
I hated it for different reasons. Whatever.
well-
I love Mexico. That's not my issue. I love all Mexicans. They're good hombres.
yeah,
Okay? That's where I stand on Mexico.
tear down that wall.
Yes.
Now, this movie is a movie
Yes, that's
which
true.
just came out. It's definitely... I understand. I will say
Huge
this.
Oscar bait.
I disagree with you, but I understand where you're coming from. Because this movie is definitely a movie.
Very full of itself.
It's an art movie, and it's very unabashedly an art movie.
Yeah, that's kind of what I didn't like about it, that it was so try-hard. It was so sweaty, just like going, this is obviously the best. But it was just like... It just every turn, like just the choice of black and white, I was pissed off at.
Why?
Well, what? Cameras are good now. You can just you can literally have it in any color. You could make it look vintage. You can it was supposed to look so low budget and indie and everything, and it was obviously a huge budget because it was like a period piece. And like they had a bunch of stuff
And big set pieces
Big
and stuff,
set,
like
big
the forest
sets.
fires. And
Yeah, but like all the guys doing karate in the field,
Yep.
and like everyone had to be in 70s clothes for that, and like 70s cars for everything.
Yep.
And it was just like, so it's obviously not a little bitty movie. It's,
True.
This is like a big time movie, and like I don't like a lingering shot where it just like stayed on something, and it's like. It was beautiful, and now I'm just looking at the outdoors.
Okay.
I could just be outdoors instead, and then I'd see the color of it. I wanted to see the color of everyone's costume. And I was interested because it was so bad. Like the clothes were so different and weird back then. Like I want to see what they look like.
Okay. Wow.
That's what it just really pissed me off, just because it was so full of itself.
So
We're going to take this away from you because it's how they used to make movies. Like, yeah, well, we are in the present day. You can do so much more now.
But that's I mean, it's like it's a choice. It's a deliberate artistic choice.
Yeah, that I didn't like.
That's fair. Okay. I mean, yeah, you don't like things for not liking them. So for those of you who haven't seen Roma yet, you can watch it on Netflix. You should watch it.
You should watch it. It's a very great movie.
Luke just
no one even Tokyo drifts in this.
Bit in his mouth.
Who cares? Nothing happens in this goddamn movie. I didn't get attached to one character.
You didn't get attached to any character?
Anybody, anyone that I wanted to feel something. I went into this movie going, I'm gonna love it, and I was just like, it sucked.
Oh, see, okay, well That's part of that's and I will say this.
I was hoping I'd like it.
I understand
That's
that.
I go in hopeful. I'm not a curmudgeon. I am curmudgeon.
Luke Schwartz is curmudgeonly, but he's not. You don't hate things
for no reason. I
Yeah.
hate things because I just I want them to be good.
You got expectations for things.
Yeah.
I get that. I have expectations for movies all the time.
Yeah.
I think this movie takes all of the stuff that you think is bad and I think is a good. I just think it's good. But we'll let's get into it.
Because I've seen so many. Like I went to like a very artsy college, so I saw all these like film.
Where'd you go again?
Purchase.
NYU? Purchase.
Yeah.
Okay, SUNY Purchase.
So I saw like a bunch of people who are like, it was a super hip school and very progressive. So I saw a lot of these films like from film students that were like this.
Okay.
And I guess I got sick of it, or I saw through them. So it's like if you see like a really bad stand-up, and then you see a guy who like everyone loves do stand-up, and you're like, oh, well, this is like kind of, I like the bad stuff I saw before. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Well, okay. So you think that
Maybe there's a taste in my mouth. I don't know, but I just like never.
You think, okay, let me ask you this. So this movie, although Luke is making it sound like it does actually have a plot and a through line and a narrative thing. It's not just art for the sake of like.
No, it has. I mean, it doesn't have one plot. I wouldn't say.
I think it does.
It has like two storylines.
Right, and there's one major character who you're focusing around.
But is it it doesn't even seem like she's a major character because of the way it's shot. It's just like this movie is so passive. Just watching her walk around, it's not like. There's no over-the-shoulder shots. There's nothing like that. The kids are terrible actors, by the way. Kids do not do a good job.
I think the kids do a good job.
I think they are bad actors.
Why do you think the kids are bad?
They're like, just their movements are so corny and obviously acting. It was not good. Anyway, I really do not like child actors for the most part. I think
in general, you just
I think they
gotta
ruin
beef with
99% of the time. 90% of the time they ruin.
Do you think there's that? What is the best movie with a child actor in it? In your mind? I mean, we got a lot. We got Room.
Didn't see it.
Beast of the Southern Wild, which
I heard that was great. Yeah,
you would also probably hate that movie though because it's very art and heady and doing a lot of things.
But I like heady shit. I just don't like when it's heavy-handed. With this, just seemed like so. Like, it was like reading a poem, and then in the middle of the poem, it's like, this is a pretty friggin' good poem, isn't it?
But the thing is, it is a pretty friggin' good poem.
Don't tell me. I'll receive it.
Okay.
I don't want you to tell me it's good. I want to like it.
Okay. You know what? That's an understandable gripe.
Yeah.
I think this movie definitely wears its artsiness on its sleeve.
I know, and it hits what it's going for, and I wish everyone a good luck and a nice life. But I just couldn't get attached to any character.
Okay. So but why do you think that is? Do you think it's because everything feels?
It was because of the way it's shot. It was so passively like you're just kind of peeping Tom into this life that involved me. Or
well, how do you get involved then? By doing over-the-shoulder shots and by changing the way things are done?
We didn't get like many reaction shots. Like the main one was a good actress, but like when she gets left in the movie theater when he goes out for helado, like the ice cream shit, and she just sits there patiently. What? That was it. That was the feeling. It's just like there's
the cut right next to the cut right after that. It's after she realizes he's not coming back.
Yeah.
And so the cut after that is the reaction shot. You don't need to have to think. I don't think you need to have the thing take place what
was the reaction
concurrently
shot
with the time.
After?
It's her outside.
Yeah.
It's her outside the movie theater.
With all the people, and she's just kind of looking around.
Knowing he's not coming back.
Yeah, it didn't get me. It didn't sink in. It was just like, it seems so just not interesting. I don't know what it was. Like, no, yeah. I did like the scene where they're in the department store shopping for cribs or whatever, and the guy runs in with the gun.
And the guy runs in with the gun.
Yeah, and
it's her baby daddy.
Yeah, I thought that was very interesting and like a good scene. But like,
what about when she confronts him after the karate practice? What do you think about that scene? Because that's a scene that's
That
definitely...
was an okay scene.
Yeah.
I liked it. Yeah, that was good. But like, it was a little unreal just how shitty he was. It was just unreal. He didn't even like that. Just didn't seem at all.
I don't know. I think that that's fairly realistic. I think there are probably dudes like that who ditch their women, ditch the people who they knock up, leave them behind. And also, it's a really fraught time, and so they get caught up in this weird, like, sort of radicalized movement.
Yeah, but in that way, just like right in front, like, you keep coming after me like this, I'll kill you and whatever. It's just, all right, bro. I guess, man. That's weird. I also didn't. Oh, that scene where the professor, who's the strong man,
Yes.
he closed his eyes and balanced,
Yes.
and then no one could do it except for her.
Oh, yeah.
Get bent. That's so stupid. It's just like, it's so obviously like, oh, this is a metaphor because you think she's just an ordinary servant girl. She can't be like a prodigy, but and like the people that we step on are actually the most precious. And it's just like, it's just a like metaphor on metaphor of just like, like just self-suck off bullshit. Of just like, oh, she's special, but she's just she's just like me. Oh my God. Like,
Can I guess some of the other things that you didn't like in this movie?
yeah.
The forest fire scene where the guy
Yep.
takes his head off and sings a song.
Yeah, go to hell. That was the I threw my hands up and just like had to walk away for a second at that one. That was so dumb. Just like he starts singing. What did I put down? And just like
What else do you
it
have
was
on
just
there?
so on the nose. It's just like that whole thing where they're all helping and then it's like a guy singing the song.
How do you feel
like
about...
It's a metaphor for it was just it was a metaphor for the film for how dumb it was, I think.
What about the scene where she actually is going into labor and having the baby? And then
that's like the one that like that's the scene that comes from the department store. There's just actually action. You're actually invested in something that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And like the baby was born dead. We don't worry about spoilers.
No, we don't worry about
right?
spoilers. You can spoil whatever you want. Yeah, the baby's stillborn.
Baby's stillborn,
And it comes-
And my girlfriend who I was watching it with, who was like, "Oh, that's so sad," and I was like trying to look on the bright side, and I was like, "Well, maybe she like it kind of didn't seem like she wanted the baby anyway." And it's like in a bad situation, so I hope that's good. That's like nice.
But then
And she was like, "Oh, that's awful."
But then that's the next sequence where she's talking about at the very end of the movie.
At the very end, and she's like, "I didn't want it," and it's like, yeah, I fucking called that shit because it's duh.
Yeah.
It's like so it's trying to be arts, and it's just like I saw it like.
But it's still the moment I think still works. Do you feel like that takes away from the actual impact of that scene?
Them all crying on the beach, you can really tell how bad those kids are at acting.
I mean, they all have to huddle around.
It's tough, and they can't do it.
Well, there's that one kid who could, though. The one kid, because he's
The older
crying at the
one?
dinner. Yeah, the older one.
Mm-mm.
You don't think so?
I don't think he nailed that at all. I really don't. I really didn't like it.
Let me ask you this.
The one I did like this one. There was a moment I really liked.
Tell me.
Where they're at the hacienda and she's in the servants' party.
Yep.
And then like someone bumps into her and spills her drink.
Yeah, as soon as they're like, this is going to be a great new... And then she spills...
Spills the drink. I thought that was funny because that was like a real party thing. I guess that was too metaphor-y as well. But like, I just thought before it was a metaphor, I just thought like, oh, that's funny that they showed that. They decided to show that. That was like a funny thing for me.
Let me ask you something. Now I have two questions,
Yeah.
really. From the directorial standpoint, it sounds like that is where a lot of your issues with
That's
the movie
a lot of
stem
my
from.
gripes. Yeah.
Do you have you seen Alfonso Cuarón's other movies?
The Itumama Tom, right? That's him.
He did that and
yeah, I saw that one.
Gravity
I didn't see Gravity.
and Children of Men.
Does he show penis in every movie? I've just seen Itu Mama Tambien.
I don't think so.
Because when the guy was naked and like doing the sword moves,
Karate, yeah.
I was worried for his manhood. Like they were flapping all over the place, and I was like, he's gonna hit. Like, you don't. This is not a nude sport. This is very much. You need nothing hanging around.
Right, you can't have stuff that's dangling when you're showing weapons around. You don't want to get anything twisted up and potentially yanked
anything
off.
or like anything. it was just so nerve-wracking, that whole scene for me.
I mean, imagine it would have been worse if he had it in nunchucks.
Yeah,
That's so much looser.
Yeah, right. I don't like. I didn't. Yeah, I thought that was really weird and just an interesting choice. I always put my boxers right back on. I don't stick around naked anyway.
You don't?
Nah,
That's not your play?
no.
If I'm gonna go wander around a room,
That's what I'm saying.
I'll put on clothes.
Right.
I'll put on at least boxers.
Yeah.
But I don't care about lounging around naked a little bit. And it's like,
It's just. I think it's a little gross. Just personally, just contain yourself.
so okay, but yeah, he doesn't. I mean, as far as I can tell, he doesn't put big swinging dick in all of his movies.
Yeah.
Harry Potter, definitely none.
Well, there was a deleted scene. Yeah.
You get-
Dumbledore gets crazy.
That's the backstory that J.K. Rowling was telling us about all along.
Just kidding, Rowling.
Children of Men and Gravity, I don't think there's any penis in either
Yeah.
of those movies.
Okay.
Maybe they imagined George Clooney's dick in Gravity, but I couldn't remember.
I don't know.
I mean, it seems like a prime opportunity to show off a little zero gravity action, but
I don't know if that's true.
who knows? But yeah, I mean, what do you think of his other movies?
I liked Y Tu Mamá También.
Because that's the only one of his work that I have not seen.
It's a fine film. I don't remember. I saw it a long time ago, but I remember liking it and going, "That was good."
You hear good things. It won.
And Children of Men, I hear, is very good, and I haven't seen that one.
Children of Men is very good.
Which Harry Potter did he do?
He did Prisoner of Azkaban.
That's the third one, as far as I know.
Number 3.
Yeah.
I take it you're not a Harry Potter guy.
I loved the books.
Okay.
See, I'm not a curmudgeon.
Wow.
I have a soft soul.
Luke Schwartz likes a few things.
Yes, I didn't really enjoy the movies, but I think it was just because I was like too old. When the books were coming out, I was the exact same age as Harry Potter every year that the books were coming out.
Same here.
Which was huge. But by the last book, and I read them all like a million times, but by the last book, I was like, oh, I'm too old for this. Like, I just felt too old.
So let me ask you this. On a directorial standpoint, Cuarón has sort of become known for doing movies with a lot
you
of...
okay?
I just had to burp.
Oh, okay.
It was, I drank a Red Bull very quickly.
I
And
see,
it's
yeah.
coming back to bite me.
Yeah.
So...
Mess with the bull, you get the horns, mama.
the burp horns.
Yeah.
So now he's doing he's known for a lot of movies with long shots.
Yes.
And that's
He really leaned in.
He's really
on this
leaning in
one.
on the stylistic aspect.
That's maybe what I also don't like, because he hasn't evolved much. It's just gotten more of it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And like those long shots that everyone loved. Like I really liked Birdman, and like how there were so few cuts and everything. Like that's the style right now.
Right.
That's the big time style right now. And I think this is just more of that and not evolving anything, which I wanted to see.
Okay. So I mean, it's definitely he's working on not, I wouldn't say a regressive level, but he's definitely paying homage to all of to a lot of filmmaking influences that clearly he has.
Sure.
This is shot in a way, and I remember the thing that I've seen a lot in reviews about this movie is it feels like a French New Wave movie.
Yeah, but it's not, and it's trying to be. Like, just try and be your own film, dude. Don't, like, go after other shit. Do your shit.
What's wrong with taking some artistic...
Take some, but...
picking some of the artistic fruit off that tree.
Yeah, but then, like, also move it along.
I mean, I think he does do stuff to move it along.
He might, and maybe I'm talking out of my ass, but this movie sucked.
Wow. Sucked? Let's quote from Armand White.
No, let's not.
This movie, he's got one of the same gripes.
From him.
I can't recall another art movie so openly patronizing toward its subject, yet so self-flattering of its maker's largesse.
Wow, I hate how much I agree with that.
That's the thing. You're 100% on board with at least that thought. That's true. I mean, the thought of the whole movie.
But he probably wants to build that wall, and I love our neighbors to the south.
I mean, the title of this article
and my neighbors in this neighborhood
is called Mexico's Art Movie Caravan. So you can tell you can tell the point of view.
Oh God,
that he's coming
what
from.
A schmuck.
Oh my God,
Mexico's Art Movie Caravan.
Yeah,
go to hell.
It's been dubbed the film of the year.
Do I have to like it now? I don't want to like it just because a guy I hate likes it or hates it or whatever.
I mean, we can go deeper into this guy's hate of it, which he says it's been dubbed the film of the year for the Upper West Side, the Upper East Side, and all the mini Manhattans across wealthy white America, whose denizens prefer dark-skinned help to aid their leisure class economy. Jesus. I mean...
yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that at all.
Yeah. I don't think... Because that's the thing. I don't think people who like this movie are doing it for any kind of virtue signaling reason, the way that he clearly thinks there is.
I think it's a different kind of virtue signaling, like an artsy virtue signaling.
That's what I was just
more
about
than
to say.
Racial.
So I think, I mean, here's what I'll say. As someone who did like the movie, the thing that I liked about the movie is, for this year for movies especially, I really only elevated a movie to like, this is a great movie.
Like a film.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it actually made me feel something, which at this point, over the course of like being in comedy and watching movies and going to film school and all that stuff and like having
and
to
living in the society that we live in.
Yes.
Where you have to
and having to
where
like
shit is pummeling it, bad news all the time.
Constantly.
Yeah.
And constantly analyzing things. At this point, if a movie makes me like
soften,
feel something and soften, then I'm like, yes, this is a film. This is elevated. This is something that's going to stand. And it's usually, for me, it's like one shot or one sequence will do that for me, and that'll elevate it.
Yeah.
For me, I think there's a lot of stuff in this movie that's definitely weird, and I was like, if I was like a shitty art school kid, I would definitely I would have been all over this movie from probably about like 20 minutes in.
Yeah, see, I feel like a shitty art student because I'm like, I'm better than it. I hate that I have this opinion.
But
it's really my opinion.
You can have that opinion.
I don't want to fake liking it just so it seems like just to go along. I just didn't enjoy myself at all during the movie.
That's fair. And I watched some of this, like the forest fire scene.
Yeah.
Where the guy takes his head off. I was like, this is weird, but I was like, you know what? I want to see where the rest of this goes. I didn't feel thrown off by it. I didn't feel like it was doing something to like. I didn't feel
so
taken
mad.
out.
I felt so mad. I didn't get taken out at all. It was like very much in the style of the movie to like throw some like one weird thing out. That's where it was like trying to copy the French.
But I'm talking
surrealist thing.
I'm talking like in an emotional sense. Like I wasn't driven to a point of like, oh, how dare this movie do this thing right here.
It was so masturbatory. It's like you do that for yourself, not for me. Like, like I don't know. It's just we're bad.
But the scenes that you liked are the things that I think are what elevate this movie. I think the way that the sequence involving the stillborn baby is made, because for probably like 5 or 10 minutes,
that was actually a movie. There was something happening. It wasn't just like long melodramatic pauses and like, God, I don't know, like the.
Well, because for like the 5 or 10 minutes before that, let's just like break down the sequence. For like the 5 or 10 minutes before that, it's loud and chaos, and
they find parking,
fighting in the streets. They do find parking.
They find parking,
and then
that guy's leaving. Let's get the spot. Is like the line is like, okay, that's real.
And then everything goes chaotic because
I liked the grandmother.
The grandmother, I think, was a good character. I think the family is compelling. The kids are. I mean, I can take it with the kids.
The mom seemed like a good actor, but we were just so far away from them all the time.
I don't feel like we were far away from them. We're embedded in them
distantly. We were like distant from them.
But that's how the character would be. She's distant enough from the family.
But we were distant from her too. We were never close up on her. We were always like 45 feet away.
I mean, maybe in the actual like distance, like physical distance.
That's what I mean.
I don't feel like as from an emotional standpoint, I don't feel like we're that far away from her.
I couldn't emotionally get anywhere close to anyone in the film. I wanted to. I was rooting for the mom, and like. When she hit that kid and then the kid like fake like that's another reason I think they were so far the shots away because those kids were such bad actors.
You don't think these kids could have ever been hit and know how to react?
Yeah, I mean, she immediately covered him up like I'm sorry, and he was like, oh, taken aback. He wasn't that good. Yeah,
but I believe that scene emotionally. I don't think that's a part that I like.
believe that scene.
I don't think that again, that's not a scene that I'm like, oh, come on. Oh, it's toying with me. I manipulate it.
No, I didn't feel like that for that scene when she hits him and then says sorry immediately. I thought that was like realistic. I didn't think it was great.
And that's the thing, for the greatness of it for me. And not in that scene.
Maybe I'll
I
should rewatch it and come back on and be like, I loved it.
This is the thing. I don't think you're going to love it if you watch it again. Because I don't think you're going to be able to get over the stuff that you already don't like.
The first 45 minutes of that movie take 2 hours. It's interminable.
I mean, it's a 2-hour plus movie.
Yeah.
It's a movie that requires an investment. And I generally don't like movies that are over 2 hours. I think a movie, you can get in and out of pretty much any movie in an hour 45 tops.
I like a 100-minute movie or whatever. Yeah.
100-minute movie is great. That's my forte. I love movies like that.
Will Forte.
Yeah.
This is Forte.
This MacGyver. MacGruber.
MacGyver.
Will Forte's famous character. MacGyver.
Yeah.
But this movie, I think
I hardly know her.
There's a sequence. I mean, that baby sequence where it goes from being so loud to so quiet,
intense.
and then
it's
sequent and intense,
and then they hand it to her because you're supposed to like hand the stillborn to the mother, and then she gets over it and puts it down. Yeah,
and then you get back, and you just see her in the foreground. We're close to her physically.
Finally, then it's a movie. That's what I'm saying. It's a movie now, and not just like like an installation.
Well, okay. Let me ask you this then. What do you think would have made this movie one that you liked?
More intimacy. I felt so removed from everything. Just I was an outsider looking in instead of being involved, and I didn't want to because I felt like I was at an art gallery the whole time as opposed to being in the neighborhood Roma of Mexico City, which I wanted to be in because I was watching the movie.
But you didn't feel like you were in there? It
No.
just even with all the little flourishes and the touches, the parade and the cars and everything that was going on, just didn't feel it.
No,
man.
And also, I don't see in black and white. They saw in color back then. It was vibrant and colorful.
I think people have always seen in color,
but it's like a colorful culture, just design wise. Like they use a lot of color. I wish I could have seen what the house looked like.
Okay,
I had no idea.
Man. I mean, I can't. That's the thing with your standpoint is I can't argue with you and say that you don't have a valid because it's your feelings.
Yeah, I'm.
I can't stand and be like, oh, technically you're wrong for it wanting to be in color.
Right.
And how dare you think that the long shots are wrong and don't do anything to add to the movie because it's just, just fucking difference of opinion. It is what it is.
Those long shots would have been better and more effective, I think, just for me personally, if they were like 4 seconds shorter.
Okay.
5-6 seconds shorter. Because it was just like 30 seconds on just the whole beach of like, okay, it's a beach. Yeah, it's beautiful, but like, let's go already. I want something to happen.
I mean, stuff does happen.
Right.
They almost drown. Do you have to save the kids?
Yeah, she goes back and then they're already drowning. And it's just like, listen,
they got caught in a current. That makes sense.
Yeah, but like, listen to your goddamn mother, you idiot. And now they all have to hug on the beach. Like, they just like went too far, like right away. Don't do that.
Like, look, kids are stupid.
Yeah. And not good actors either.
Maybe that's why you had to make them get as close to drowning as they could so that way it would actually be realistic. Who knows?
Maybe, yeah. But God, yeah, and then when they all hug on the beach, it doesn't look comfortable because they all have to get in like a specific. They have to hit their mark.
Right, but is it supposed to be comfortable? Is it supposed to be a comfortable scene?
No, well, yeah, it's supposed to be comforting because they're all holding each other.
I mean, I think,
and they're like, we've got each other, and you're part of the family now, Cleo. Like, but you're. Are you? Like, I don't get, like, it's supposed to be like bringing up the servant class or whatever, and it's like, oh, there was that scene where she's like, can you just clean up this goddamn dog shit that's everywhere? God! And you're supposed to be like, oh, that lady's a real bitch for making her clean up poop, and it's like, You're a servant.
It's your job.
Clean up the fucking poop.
And there's a lot of poop in this movie.
Yeah.
There's poop all the time. That was, I mean, I commented on that. I was watching it with my girlfriend. We commented on it constantly.
Yes, and
how
we
much
both have
dog poop there
girlfriends,
was.
and we're both very proud of it.
Very proud of it. We're so cool. Cool, just
My
a couple of cool
girlfriend's hot as
guys.
hell,
Dog. Oh, my girlfriend, so great, so sexy, so fantastic.
Yes.
But this movie, I mean, look, it is what it is. We don't. You like it?
Yes, it is what it is.
I like it. You don't like it. I can't do
but
anything
it's
about it.
trying to be so is.
I think it pulls it off.
I have a different opinion.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Let me ask.
I'm glad everyone likes it. I think it's a very good thing for people to like because it's not hurting anyone.
True.
You know what I mean? It has a nice message and like a good there's intent behind it, and I respect the filmmaker and I respect everyone involved in it, and I just didn't enjoy it at all.
And as Armand White says,
Oh my God! Can we not go out on a?
it seems perfectly timed for the American media's refusal to call out the essential American caravan for the invasion that it really is.
Yeah, that wasn't a good summation at
This
all.
movie is invading your households. How dare you watch it?
I guess. I mean, that's weird.
I mean, look, this movie,
I think we come.
I think it should be watched.
Oh yeah, I think hey, here's the thing: if you enjoy it, great. You're dumb, but like that's great. No, you're not dumb. Come on, this is like obviously a very talented filmmaker, and I just really, for me, he huge missed the mark.
Fair. What's your favorite movie of this past year?
Minions 2.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah. They're just bouncing around. It's so great. No, we talked about this. We almost did Coco because I hate kids movies.
You hate kids. I just talked about it. My last episode was a kids movie,
Oh.
Inside Out.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I didn't like that one either.
That's fair.
It's for little babies.
It is for little babies. You're right.
Yeah.
It's a movie for children and babies.
Yeah, I don't want to go into that whole tirade. You'll have me back on. It'll be fun.
It's going to be a lot
do
of
the
fun.
next episode right now.
You always hate movies involving Mexican people. But you love the Mexican people.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I grew up around, yeah. I just hated Coco for, like, I don't like musicals.
That's fair.
Musicals are wrong.
You haven't seen Mary Poppins, I take it, and you don't plan on it.
No.
What would you...
That's also for little babies, and God bless Zegazant, Baruch Hashem, till 120, go forth. But, like, I'm good.
Luke's just showing off with all the different languages he can speak in this podcast.
I guess.
End of the day.
Yeah.
What would you recommend people... I mean, besides Roma, which you think people should watch, even though
People
you didn't
should
like
watch it and form your own opinion on it. And then I'm sure it is a great film. Ugh. Be proud of yourself for watching it, you fucking assholes. No, it's.
I mean, I think that's a good note to end on, I say.
Yeah.
Be proud of yourself for watching it.
Sure.
You fucking assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Luke,
Yes.
it was a pleasure having you on, man.
Thank you for having me, Jay.
Where can the listeners find you? I know you got a wonderful podcast yourself.
Yes. The Late Night Show. It's at the L8 Night Show. The Late Night Show. L and then the number 8. We post all our episodes there. You could find us on Apple Podcasts and stuff. That's me and Stuart Thompson. And I run a monthly show with him at the Improv last Saturday of every month. And then I think it's the second Friday of every month. I do Good Friends, Bad People with Keith Johnson and Hannah Einbinder. For now, it's at Wino Vino. That's a good show, January 11th. I don't know when this is coming out.
This will be out by probably not by then.
Okay.
But oh wait, no,
January
it won't be.
26th at the Improv, and then you can follow me at Luke Does Stuff on Twitter, and I have an Instagram. Whatever, who cares?
Luke's Instagram is one of my favorite Instagram accounts to follow, so you should follow that.
Yeah, it's help. Four helps.
You can find me at Diet J on Twitter and Instagram, jlightcomedy.com for show dates. And if you like the podcast, share and review and tell a friend and all that good stuff. That's what sharing is. I just said
and
the
tell
same
me,
thing twice.
too.
Hey, Luke Schwartz, he's a movie fan now.
Yes.
Thanks. This is Blockbusting. Go see something good for a change.